is walking around his palace, gloating to himself about his 35 years as Mexican president.
I am such a successful and graceful man. Let no others rise above me, for I am worthy.
A group of mestizos is hanging out talking about how the Diaz regime is making life difficult. They work for rich people in the haciendas for very little money and are treated poorly. Americans own all of the businesses around them. Maybe a revolution could change things?
This is so unfair. Why should we have to work so hard and have such horrible living conditions when Diaz gets to live in luxury? We barely get any money to even survive.
Francisco Madero is in jail. He has been put there for demanding free elections. The rule of Porfirio Diaz must come to an end. He is in jail writing letters calling for a revolution.
How horrible is this, that I should be in prison solely for asking for free elections? The rule of Porfirio Diaz must end.
The mestizos read Madero's letters and join together in a revolution. They march to the palace of Porfirio Diaz.
You heard the man. Let's go to the palace and give Diaz a piece of our minds.
The mestizos shout and call for the resignation of Porfirio Diaz.
Diaz, your rule has come to an end. The throne you have been sitting on for long is no longer yours. No more Diaz, no more Diaz.
Porfirio Diaz understands that his rule has come to an end and resigns.
These people won't stop until they get what they want. Rather leave the seat than die with all these savages.
Francisco Madero, now president, promises the people to bring changes like giving them land and making sure they have a chance to earn a living.
As the new president, I promise to give you all a better life, one where one can own land and earn money to improve the quality of life. I stand for change.
Francisco Madero, now home from his inauguration, is excited to get started building a country for the people. General Victoriano Huerta thinks that Madero will ruin the country, confronts and assassinates him.
I am so exhilarated to make changes to the community. We will finally have a safe and happy community to live in.
Looking out for the country, you're only looking out for yourself. I won't stand for this.
The mestizos, once excited by the promise of a country for the people under Madero, are now angry and call for a revolution.
We were promised change in a nicer country. How could Huerta take this opportunity away from us?
We need to get revenge. I call it a revolution.
Emiliano Zapata, a poor Indian peasant farmer, has grown up seeing a rich landowner seek advantage of his people, seeing his hopes of October meet for the people dying with the assassination of Madero. Starts the Liberation Army of the South, with followers called Zapatistas, who wage war against the forces of Victoriano Huerta. Their battle cry is Tierra y Libertad, which means land and freedom.
Deserve this. Us farmers deserve to have land and money. We can't take this treatment anymore. We must revolt. Tierra y libertad, land and freedom.
Yeah, tierra y libertad, land and freedom.
The Zapatistas fight. Francisco Pancho Villa is fighting up north, and hears of Emiliano Zapata and the Zapatistas fighting down south. Many mestizos follow Pancho Villa. Pancho receives a letter from Venustiano Carranza asking for a meeting with him and Zapata to discuss joining forces.
I've heard that there have been fights breaking out down south. I've received a letter from a man called Venustiano Carranza. He and Emiliano Zapata wish to join forces and revolt against the government. Shall I go and meet with them?
Yes, go meet the men.
Emiliano Zapata, Pancho Villa, and Venustiano Carranza meet to discuss joining forces. Zapata and Villa are suspicious of Carranza, who is a rich landowner. Carranza wanted to fix the corruption problems in Mexico, but did not believe in giving land to the people of Mexico. He also did not think highly of mestizos. In the end, they agreed to work together. Greetings. I believe we are here to discuss the current state of our government and the possibility of a revolution. I wish to fix the corruption here in Mexico, but why should the feeble mestizos have land of their own?
What do you think? Should we work with him? He isn't very kind towards the mestizos.
We must. He may be our only hope in winning this revolution. Shall we join forces?
We shall. Fighting flared across Mexico for a decade, killing as many as 1 million Mexicans, peasants, small farmers, ranchers, and urban workers were drawn into the violent struggle. Soldaderes, women soldiers, tended the wounded, and even fought alongside men. American President Woodrow Wilson, tired of the revolution and lack of leadership in Mexico, decides to invade Veracruz in order to force Huerta out of the presidency. Now comes the end of the reign of Huerta. No longer shall he treat the common people with disdain. American troops are occupying the important port city and fighting against Huerta's troops for 7 months. At the end, Huerta is ready to give up.
Give it up already, Huerta. We have the advantage now. You must resign.
After a long and strenuous battle, I feel that I am on the verge of collapse.
Victoriano Huerta is giving up the presidency to Venustiano Carranza. Carranza kicks Huerta out of the palace. Carranza then begins to plot to get rid of the leaders of the revolution, Zapata and Villa, his one-time allies. Get out of this palace immediately! Now to get rid of Zapata and Villa so that I can truly let my power reign. Pancho Villa is executed while riding in a car.
I need to get this done.
Emiliano Zapata is executed while riding in a car. Carranza is not happy. He is being forced to sign a new constitution that supports the rights of the people and not of the rich like himself. This is unacceptable. These people do not have a right. They're muddy shoes. They can't have a right. Only us rich people can. They cannot force me. I'll kill them all.